Hey guys, this is Ofo, and I know I haven't posted in a while, and that's because I've been extremely busy with school and other obligations that I have to attend to, so I'm probably going to be posting fairly infrequently, like maybe once every week, 1 or 2 weeks, hopefully, but I'm going to make up for that by posting this really good battle I had against someone by the name of battle9692, and it was a spectacular battle. Now, for the team preview, I saw that he had Crobat in the lead spot, and I wanted to lead with Steelix, because I knew that if I did lead with Steelix to get up my Stealth Rocks, he'd predict that, go for a taunt, and I can hit him with a very powerful Gyro Ball, because Crobat is so fast. So that's what I plan to do. He does lead with Crobat, which is really good, and he goes to taunt, and I hit him with a Gyro Ball, and that brings me down to about half health. And the reason I knew he probably would lead with Crobat is because in my lead spot I had Ambipom, and Crobat does have that ability, which means that it can't be flinched, so he would be tempted to lead with Crobat, so he could just take me out, or at least deal a really huge hit with Brave Bird when I go for Fake Out, expecting to flinch him, so that's why I'm pretty certain he was going to lead with Crobat. So he does taunt me, like I said, and then he U-turns out as I go for Earthquake, predicting the switch. I knew there was no way he was going to stay in, and he's probably going to go into either Chandelier or Domanitan to take the Gyro Ball. So, I do go for Earthquake, and it pays off big time, and I get a huge hit on Chandelier. However, I do not want to be staying and losing that Steelix, because I know Steelix is going to really can hurt a lot of his team. So, I do go into Moltres to take that Overheat. It does miss, and I don't know how much that would have done, because I don't know, it is resisted, but I don't have any special defense or HP investment. So, I do go for Air Slash, just to take it out, and then seeing the Croc, I know he's going to go for Stone Edge, but I just want to stay in, because I do have that Shrapple Barrier, I believe that's what it's called, which means that I can take that fairly well, because I am physically defensive, and I can take him out with an Air Slash. So, that's really good. Right off the bat, I do take out that really huge threat, and now he goes into Crobat. I don't think I can take a Brave Bird. Well, actually, I probably could. I probably should have stayed in and gone for Roost there, but whatever. I switch out to my Steelix, predicting the Brave Bird, but unfortunately he does make the smart move and goes for Roost, which means that that Crobat is back at full health. So now I don't go for Stealth Rocks this turn because I think he's going to stay in and go for Taunt, so I do just go for another Gyro Ball. He does predict that and switches out into his Roserade, who doesn't take that well at all. The next turn, he goes to Sleep Powder, and I end up leaving my Steelix. I probably should have switched on to something else because Steelix is such a crucial part of my team. But because of that, I'm forced to switch out and go into my Moltres to take the Leaf Storm, which I am predicting. Instead, however, he makes a really good play and goes for Sludge Bomb, predicting that. And because of that, I lose my Moltres, which was also a very good check to a lot of his team. So that's not good for me at all. So now I go back in my Weavile to threaten out this Roserade. And I go for Night Slash on off, just because I figure it's going to take him out anyway, and I mean, Ice Punch would have killed this Chandelier anyway, but you might as well be certain. I mean, there's no point not going for Night Slash in that situation. So, he does use that Chandelier's Death Fodder and goes into his Domanitan. I don't want to be dying, because Domanitan is probably scuffed, and if he isn't, then, well, I can't take him out with anything. So, I do switch to my Blastoise, predicting the Flare Blitz. He does go for U-turn. That does quite the chunk. I mean, considering it's not stab and it's a weak move, which just testifies to Domanitan's just crazy power. So, he goes back into Roserade. I do switch out because I don't want to be taking a Leaf Storm, which I'm guessing he has. But because I lost my best Grass Resist, I have to go into my Glade, who is specially defensive to an extent, to take that. And I don't take that well at all, but I'm hoping that I can survive another one after the special attack drop. Weirdly enough, he switches moves to Shadow Ball, which does not take me out, and I'm able to take out that Roserade with an Ice Punch, which is really good because that Roserade is really proven to be troublesome. So now it goes into his Domanitan. I don't want to sacrifice anything to keep this Glade around at 3 HP, so I just go for Shadow Sneak to get off a little bit of damage, which actually does a fair amount. I mean, Domanitan really is not bulky, but I mean, that's non-stab, so whatever. Now, I do go into my Ambipom because he is forced switching because U-turn did not have a target. And I believe, okay, I just go for Fake Out on the off chance he stayed in. He stays in, but he goes into Crobat, and Crobat unfortunately takes that pretty well to the point where I don't think a double hit will take out the Crobat, so I am forced to switch out, go into my Steelix to take the Brave Bird, and then, I mean, Steelix is asleep, so I can't really threaten it out. But, well, he's gonna want to switch because he doesn't want to let me burn off, sleep turns. Oh, not really burn off because this isn't 4th gen, but, you know, allow me to stay in and wake up. So I think at this point I decide, no, I don't, that's later in the game. So I do decide to switch out, and I think I predict the Darmanitan and go into my, Blastoise, because I don't want the Darmanitan getting a free hit off on anything. Although, he does decide to go for U-turn instead of just, hard switching, which was a good move, because that means that, now he can go into Weavile, because he saw I brought in my Blastoise. So, Weavile can't do a lot to Blastoise, because they normally have, like, fighting, ice, and dark-type moves, but I'm still not physically defensive. I don't really want to be taking a stab dark-type move, even if I can survive one. So, I do go into my, Steelix here to take the predicted anything, even a Brick Break or Low Kick I would take relatively well, despite the super effective damage. And, that Fake Out does so little damage that I recover it with leftovers, so, yeah. So now, I do just, stay in, burn off a sleep turn, and at this point, I decide just to, try to hope I wake up this following turn, and if not, at least this Darmanitan takes a huge amount of, Flare Blitz recoil, and I do wake up. Fortunately, I go for Earthquake and take out that Darmanitan. Now, Darmanitan was a huge threat to my team. I think it was Scarfed, and, I mean, Darmanitan's such a crazy Pokemon. I mean, with Scarf and a Stab Flare Blitz, that thing can destroy. If it's banded, a Flare Blitz from a Darmanitan can take one-hit KO another Darmanitan. Like, that's fucking crazy. So he brings in his Weavile. Because I am now awake, I definitely want to be saving it, and I go into my Blastoise. Now, he goes to Ice Punch here. I guess he thought they would do more than Low Kick, or also I'm thinking that he might not have Fighting. If he doesn't have Fighting, that means that my Steelix is a pretty good counter to Weavile. So I do just stay in and get off a huge hit with Surf, because I am able to survive that Night Slash. Because at this point, he's down to his last two Pokemon, which is Weavile and Crobat. So I figured that I just want to do as much damage as possible to whittle down the Weavile with Blastoise, and they can handle with another Pokemon. So I do decide to go into Amber Palm, but I don't go for Fake Out because there's no reason to. I outspeed anyway, and I know he's going to want to switch into Crobat. So here I go for Double Hit, and if I hit this, I would have won. Unfortunately, I miss, because if I had hit that, then it would have been a 2-hit KO. I could have taken one Brave Bird, taken out the Crobat, and then outsped the Weavile and taken that out. But unfortunately, because I missed, he's now still in the game. What I should have done here is switched out into my Steelix to take the Brave Bird, and then with that free switch in, I could have, if he had decided to switch out into his Weavile, I could have taken out with a Gyro Ball if he decided to stay in. Then, I could have taken out this Crobat, and then my Amber Palm could have revenge killed it. But I don't do that. I make a bad play, and I stay in with Amber Palm and go for a double hit. It doesn't quite take him out, unfortunately, and he does outspeed, of course, because Crobat is tied for the fastest Pokemon in the game. So he's able to take out my Amber Palm with 2 Brave Birds, and to make matters worse, he does not die from the Brave Bird recoil, which I hoped. So that kind of sucks. At this point, I am forced to go into my Weavile, and fortunately, I don't really have to take a Brave Bird, even though I know I could have, and I don't really think it matters ultimately, but I just go for Ice Shard, and that's going to take it out. So now he's down to his last guy, which is his Weavile, and now it comes down to the question of whether or not I can outspeed. Now I am Jolly max speed, so if he's not max speed, then he's not going to he's going to lose, because obviously I have Low Kick that's 4 times effective, that's going to take out his Weavile. Unfortunately, not only does he have max speed, but he wins the speed tie, meaning for the second time, he dodges a bullet and stays in the game. So, that's unfortunate for me. Now, I'm forced to go to my last Pokemon, which is my Steelix, and just hope I can take a Brick Break. Or Low Kick. If it's Low Kick, I don't think so because I'm so heavy, but if it's a Brick Break, I have a chance, and it is. Now, this is non-stab, but it's also super effective, and Weavile does have pretty good attack stat, but I am max HP, max defense, so I level with 18 HP, I take out that Weavile with a Gyro Ball, and wow. Just wow. That was such a spectacular game. It's the only one I had time to play, and thank God it was an amazing one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had such a fun time playing it. If I'm shaking at the end of the game, you know it was good. But if you stay tuned, you might get lucky and I might post a video within a week. Who knows? Probably not. But that's all for me, guys. Have a great day.